Hi again, everyone. I'm the Cantankerous Collector. This is episode number 18. My eBay store is Death by Buffalo. Death by Buffalo, all one word. I sell a bunch of pop culture stuff and comic book related stuff. So check it out when you get a chance. I got something really cool to show today, but I want to preface it with a few things. First, take a look at my shirt. Do you believe in the power of magic? I can change your mind. And if you need to believe in someone, turn and look behind. Okay, so very good. This is a very cool drawing of the DC Comics character Poison Ivy. She's sitting in a Venus flytrap. Very cool piece of art. This art was penciled by one of my all-time favorite artists, Jose Luis Garcia-Lopez, a South American artist. I think he lives in New York now. He started with DC Comics back in the 70s. I don't know if he was there in the 60s or not, but I remember him being there in the 70s. And the pencil drawing was inked by Brett Breeding, who's an incredible inker. Look him up. I mean, he's awesome. His inks are just real sweet, real nice. So, okay, so I got this shirt, and so if you own a like a t-shirt company and you want to make Poison Ivy shirts or Superman or Batman shirts and stuff, you can't just start producing stuff like this. You have to get a license, right? These are licensed trademark characters. These are properties that a company owns. DC Comics slash Warner Brothers own this character. This is part of their brand. So you would have to contact them, their license department or whatever, and I would imagine you'd have to sign a contract or whatever. And they're obviously going to make money off your T-shirts because you're borrowing or using their characters. So there's a process that you have to go through to make these type of T-shirts. So what happens is that DC Comics hires artists to create drawings of their characters, and these become part of a package style guide. Okay, it's a guide of drawings that DC sends out to licensees, to people using their characters for merchandise, any type, posters, calendars, shirts, mugs, bedspreads, you name it, pillows. I mean, this stuff's on all types of merchandise. I mean, I collect a lot of it, and you'll be seeing a lot of that stuff. Um, you can't just hire Johnny down the street to draw Poison Ivy for you, and then you print that up. You have to go through the licensor, the DC Comics, and they're going to provide you with the artwork for you to use. Okay, so I've got an old style guide here. These these aren't made for the public. These were usually sent to licensees, large licensees, I think. I don't think everyone got one of these, but if you were a large company and you were using DC Comics product, you would get something like this. And this includes a CD disc with the drawings on it. And then this is shows you the contents on the CD and the black and white line artwork and how it should be colored. They give you the Pantone colors. I think these are Pantone colors. Yeah, they give you the Pantone colors that you have to use. You know, Superman's flesh tone is this color. His red and his bikini pants and his boots and cape are a specific red, as well as the blue. Blah blah blah. I own this drawing. I had to sell it last year. I own this original drawing, but we'll get into that later. Um, So, anyways, this is what a designer would get, and they would start designing the T-shirts and stuff. I like that Batgirl. That's a boss drawing of Batgirl. So, anyways, this is a style guide, and you, as a licensee for your T-shirt company or whatever, would have to use this for the drawings. Okay, so now every few years, comics change, characters change. Remember, Superman had long hair back in the 90s, Um, characters get different costumes. Wonder Woman's wearing a different costume now. So DC Comics, they will hire artists to draw these pictures that were in here, okay? And many cases, there will be one guy who will pencil the drawings. He'll just draw, he'll draw Poison Ivy or whoever in a style that's fit for the character. I mean, they're not going to draw Poison Ivy with their legs open. They're going to draw Poison Ivy, where she looks decent, maybe a little sexy, but they're not going to go crazy and draw her, all wild and stuff. They're going to follow kind of a style, kind of like a house style. And so the penciler will pencil the character, and then they pass that off to the inker. And then an inker comes in and inks it. This is in general. Sometimes the penciler will also ink his art, but in this case, I'm going to be talking about, or going to be showing you, there was an artist, a penciler, and a inker. And so what they then do is they'll send that back to DC Comics. And DC Comics will, they'll go through their editorial or whatever, and they'll approve the drawing or make changes or whatever. They obviously have the last say. And usually there's several drawings involved with this stuff. It's not just, one drawing. So then the DC Comics, when they get the artwork, they'll scan it in, okay? They'll scan it in on their computer, and so they'll have this on file forever, this drawing. So then it's customary for the artists to get their artwork back. So DC Comics will then take the artwork and they'll send it. Now, I don't know how they distribute it. I don't know if they send some to the penciler, some to the inker. I'm not sure. But that artist now is able to sell that artwork. Okay, so not only did they get paid to draw and ink this, but they also can sell this artwork and make a little more money. And they can sell, they can go to conventions and sell it. They can go through their art agent or whatever and sell it online. They can go on eBay and sell whatever. But it's a good way for them to make money. So with all that said, blah, 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 this shirt is really cool to me. And by the way, I love to wear this shirt when I'm flying around on my private jet and telling you fine folks to recycle your cans. Hold on a second. So, anyways, the whole gist of this is really cool to me. This is a really cool shirt. It's a gorgeous drawing of Poison Ivy. And what's really cool is I own the artwork. This is the penciled and inked drawing that made this shirt. And I'll show you close-ups and stuff. This is gorgeous. This is awesome. This is boss. This is real boss. It is so cool to own something like this that has been actually, not only is it a great drawing, it's just a perfect drawing of Poison Ivy, but it's been used. It's been used on product. And it's really cool to go into a store and see it on products. And that's happened a lot when I walk into stores and stuff. I'll, whether it be in the toy section or in the shirt section or whatever, walk in and you see a shirt there and you're like, hey, I own that artwork. So, but I collect style guide art. I love this stuff. If you look at this closely, you'll see the blue line penciling that Jose Luis Garcia-Lopez did. And then after he pencils it, he ships it to Brett Breeding, and Brett will ink it. And, like I said, these guys are awesome. I mean, Garcia-Lopez, he's like one of my favorite artists. He's like my favorite Wonder Woman artist. I mean, wait till you see what I got. He's awesome. I mean, he's really cool. Yeah, I love this stuff. It's so cool. So this is from 2009. And then what's cool is that, they used it for this shirt, but they also used it for other shirts. And they used it for a belt. So I haven't seen this drawing on many items. I've got some style guide art that I've seen it used on a lot of different merchandise, and that's always really cool. But this was has been used on a few shirts. It's been on just the drawing alone has been on a shirt, and they've also had the drawing similar to my shirt here with different sayings. Love hurts, love scars. Stuff like that, and a couple of other different versions. And I think that this stuff like Save the Planet and stuff, I think DC Comics does that. They do a lot of design work around the style guide art, so and people are interested in printing, stuff like this with slogans and stuff. But in general, this is the style guide art that is produced for the DC Comics tie-in with merchandise and stuff. So I don't know if I'm going to keep this video because I don't know if I've rambled on too much. I don't know if I said this so you can understand it, but it's a neat process. Not anyone ever thinks about this stuff, It's just poison ivy on a t-shirt. Oh, cool. But there's kind of a story behind all this, and it's like really boss to own the artwork. So I hope you enjoyed this episode, but I'm out of breath, and I got to go to bed. So thanks for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye.